So to be a productive, happy, successful filmmaker, I think it kind of helps to be a productive, happy, and successful person. And something that I've found really useful in the last few months has been self-improvement books. None of these are specifically about filmmaking, but I feel like all of them have helped me be a better filmmaker. So here we go. I'm going to start talking about them. And I'm not going to do that thing where I make you wait for the very end to hear what my favorite, the most best influential book is. I'm just going to tell you straight up. It's Atomic Habits. Now, with all the other books, I've actually got physical copies of them with me. I don't have a physical copy of Atomic Habits because I've lent it to a friend, by which I mean I forced my friend to read it because I'm an evangelist for this book now. If you think about it, so much of your life is dependent on your habits. What you do when you get up in the morning, what you do when you get home from going out to see a friend, going out to work, what you eat, your exercise habits, your writing habits. So many things are just habits. And Atomic Habits has a great process for changing habits. This book has helped me eat better, it's helped me exercise more, it's helped me do more writing, it's helped me send more messages to people that I need to send messages to actually get films made. It's a very big picture kind of a book and doesn't tell you exactly what you should do to fix your life, but it kind of helps that it leaves you to work out for yourself what you actually want to change, and it just gives you the tools with which you can change it. I highly recommend this book. If you take one thing away from this video, read Atomic Habits. Hell yeah. The second one, let's see how my autofocus does. A bit slow. Essentialism. Again, this book is a very big picture book. It's focused on the idea that less is more. And this is a thing that you hear people say all the time, right? But it's true, and it's useful to think about in all different kinds of contexts. This book really changed the way that I thought about work, my social life, consumer culture. It has so many ideas that are applicable in so many different ways. At the heart of it is the message that you can really improve your life by cutting out all the stuff that's not essential and focusing on the things that are. It has a lot of really clear ways that you can do that, but just taking that idea alone away from this book and really understanding the importance of it, it's definitely made an impact on my life. So those two books are my absolute favorites and ones that I can recommend without needing to add many caveats or provisos onto. All of the other ones I have some concerns about, some things that stop me from being able to wholeheartedly recommend them. So I'm gonna go through some of those. First, let's look at the 4-Hour Workweek. This book is profoundly out of date. I've got the revised edition, wow, so new, it still fits the modern world. But my God, is this book out of date? Some of the things that it recommends that you do just wouldn't work on the current internet. It talks a lot about websites that no longer exist or operate in the way that they talk about them operating. Tim Ferriss, the author, also has a really particular style with which he writes, and sometimes it works, sometimes it's really inspirational, but sometimes I just find it annoying. The biggest thing that I took away from this book is to just kind of change the way that you think about the structure of life and making sure that you're always living for the now and making the now sustainable rather than thinking about, in 20 years I'll retire to the Bahamas or something like that. And that's a powerful idea, but it just comes packaged with a lot of, here's a cool internet opportunity, look at my MySpace page. Next is deep work, and I really, really loved the second half of this book. So deep work is about doing work that is focused and deliberate and intentional and potentially for really long periods of time without distraction. And it takes 200 pages just to do what I did in the last 20 seconds. Don't get me wrong, when it starts talking about the ways in which this can impact your life and how you can do more deep work and get the most out of it, that stuff's great. It just has chapters upon chapters at the start, which are very academic And they're basically just convincing you that this is an idea worth having. And it just feels like the writer wasn't secure in the idea, which they should have been, because the second half of the book is great and I found it really useful. Lastly, we have Eat That Frog, which is the book that I'm currently reading. So my main proviso on this one is I've not finished it. There might be some stuff in the second half that's terrible. However, so far it's pretty great. It's basically just a handbook for productivity with 21 ideas for how to improve getting the things done that you really need to get done. And I think it works pretty well in conjunction with Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits gives you a process for changing the habits that you have, and Eat That Frog suggests some habits that might be worth having. I've already implemented a couple of things from there, including a way of organizing to-do lists. Part of the reason I have so many post-it notes all around my room is because of this book and the way that I decided to implement that system. So there we go, 5 books that have helped me be a better person and/or filmmaker. If you want to look at some of my short films, there will be a link over here somewhere, and I'll also leave a link to a playlist of videos of me talking about how to be a better filmmaker from my own personal experience. I think that just about wraps it up for this video though, so I will see you when I see you.